EXO by Fonda Lee is a YA sci-fi novel about a teenage soldier augmented with alien technology in a world where aliens have invaded Earth. He finds himself in the center of a centuries-old conflict between aliens and humans. I love the Greenbone Saga by Fonda Lee, and so I was really hopeful for EXO. Let's talk about how it went. It's been a century of peace since Earth became a colony of an alien race with far reaches into the galaxy. Some die-hard extremists still oppose alien rule on Earth, but Donovan Reyes isn't one of them. His dad holds the prestigious position of Prime Liaison in the collaborationist government, and Donovan's high social standing, along with his exocell, a remarkable alien technology fused to his body, guarantee him a bright future in the security forces. That is until a routine patrol goes awry and Donovan is abducted by the human revolutionary group Sapiens, determined to end alien control. I usually liked the vibe of these books. They are relatively serious, though never heavy, and it gives off the right kind of future sci-fi sort of dystopian vibes without shoving it all down your throat. One of Fonda Lee's strengths, both in Greenbone Saga and in EXO, is her ability to look at the issues presented in her novels from all angles. And the aliens' presence on Earth is looked at from all angles. There's nothing that frustrates me more than books that have only one perspective on the issues presented within them. Now, I said I usually liked the vibe. There was one point in the first novel, EXO, where I started to wonder if I was reading a Romeo and Juliet retelling, and that rubbed me the wrong way so much. Thankfully, I was wrong. But the rest of my thoughts about this are spoilery, so I'll put them in a text flash for those of you who are interested. Pause at your own risk. The pacing was really solid, a shortish, fast-paced YA novel with plenty of breathing room. However, I think plot-wise it would have benefited from being one long book instead of two. There were a few times in the second book where I felt like I was relying relatively heavy on information from the previous novel, and it left me wondering if the stories had been presented together as one novel, if Lee would have made some better structural choices. As setting and world building goes, I thoroughly enjoyed the way the aliens were deeply integrated into the world building. They seem to be in all aspects. My favorite piece of world building was the deeper look we got into the aliens' diet and how that would change the economy. My main complaint is that I never felt like I had a great grasp of what things looked like. I had a grasp, it just wasn't as great as I would have liked. The real question is, would I recommend living in this imagined future? I think I would. Obviously, this society has some issues, but what society doesn't? There seem to be a lot of good things going on, and I think living among aliens could be interesting. Would I vacation there? Well, let's narrow it down to the city where the story takes place, and I'd say definitely. If I went by myself or with my wife, it would be cool to see a futuristic city where aliens and humans work and play. I don't know what fun things there really are to do there, but I'm sure I'd find something. But I don't think I'd like to take my kids. I think my daughter would be scared of the aliens and make it really difficult to enjoy anything. The characters are probably the weakest point of this duology. There wasn't anything glaringly unpleasant. There just wasn't anything extra special either. I liked the characters enough, but found they all kind of blurred together. This was especially true for book 2. I had a short break between the two stories, and I felt like book 2 expected me to remember all the characters. While EXO doesn't make it on my favorite book list, it's a fun read for anyone who even remotely likes YA sci-fi with imaginative and thorough world building. Fonda Lee's other series, The Greenbone Saga, did make my favorite list. Click the card to check out why.